I was born with a hearing loss. It's hereditary. It runs in my family. Out of all 4 of us, my sister and I are the only ones that wear hearing aids, which, you know, it is what it is. So, I mean, we were born this way. It's been like this our whole life. For me, coming into the world, they almost knew automatically to get my hearing tested. And soon off having hearing aids, it was horrible. Kids were so mean, and I never wanted to wear my hearing aids. They were huge. You could see them from a mile away. And it was back then when the Miracle Ear commercial was out there, and so everyone called us Miracle Ear, and it was mortifying. But then as I got older and I started working, it was like, I'm okay with this. Like, who cares what those people think? Because I'm out here working and I'm being a productive member of society. It's what I gotta do, you know? And hearing aids have come a long ways to where now it's like you can't even see them. So it's not that big of a deal. But like back then, I was just so embarrassed. And now I'm like, it allows me to communicate with the world. I think that's amazing. My heart goes out to the parents that are raising kids with hearing aids and hearing disabilities. It's hard enough for the kids. It's gotta be really hard for the parents. The kids might not want to get hearing aids, and maybe they do, whichever it is. The mom has to understand and realize, and even like the teachers and anybody in that community around that child has to understand that that person has to work 2 times as hard as everybody else. I'm gonna get emotional. To get half the information that a normal hearing person can get. You know, you don't wish that on anybody. Like, you don't love your child any less because they have a disability. You just want to make it easier for them. Like, it's not because you know immediately, like, this child is going to have struggles, you know. Things that are easy for us are going to be harder for this child. I remember going to school and being so tired because most kids were able to doodle and listen and learn it, where I had to like read lips and try to take notes. Even when I didn't wear my hearing aids, I still had to do like 5 times the work to try to get a little bit of information that I could get. Even with my speech, the way I talk is because of how I hear things. If that child can't hear certain things, this is how they're going to talk. And this is what they're going to learn. It's going to delay everything because you're closing off so much of the world from them because they can't understand a lot of that stuff. But if they get a pair of hearing aids, it's so much easier. You know, life can be that much better in a heartbeat. Like just a simple thing. I remember the first time that I heard a soda pop, like, psh, and I was like, what is that noise? My friend's like, that's your pop. And I was like, oh, okay. You don't know what you're missing until you're given that gift of hearing and being going, oh, wow. Not acknowledging that you're struggling with a hearing loss is adding stress to a situation that doesn't need additional stress. Life is hard enough as it is. You know, you don't need to make it harder than it needs to be. You know, don't hide it. Don't be ashamed of it, you know? It's nothing to be ashamed of.